pretty when you say you need me, love. Never felt so free. No. I keep it on lock for you. I'ma keep it slide for you. All my exes lacked for you. Got plans, I'ma drop for you. There's no need to choose. Nothing I wouldn't do. So I'ma keep it locked for you. All of this for you. Yeah. Take flights to the bay at night for you. Anything to get a little time with you.
Good morning, bright and early on this bright and beautiful Monday morning. So I've got another week of workouts for you guys, but this one's a special one. This is a week of workouts in my new Shein fits. That's right. I did a Shein haul, so go check that out on my channel. But I ordered a new set of cute gym fits to motivate me to go to the gym. When I look cute, I feel cute, okay? So I need that extra little push this week, so let's get into it. As usual, I get a high protein breakfast in. My favorite is the Kodiak protein pancakes. I've literally posted so many different recipes on how to make my breakfast a lot more high protein on this channel as well as my Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram, shay.butter, because I'm posting a bunch of content showing you my workout routines, what I eat, recipes, body positive posts, and all that, okay? So Monday is legs. I like to start off my week with the hardest and most challenging workouts. My whole fitness journey, my goal was to build my glutes and to get a smaller waist. So I start off my leg days with some dynamic stretching and warm-ups. So a dynamic stretch is one that you don't hold a position for too long, okay? You're kind of moving your body through the motions you're about to put it through. So I'll do some hip opener exercises, some leg swings. I try to loosen up my hips because I'm about to put my body through a lot, all right? I have noticed a difference now that I've worked on opening my hips. My squat is deeper, I have a better lockout during my hip thrust, and I don't get pain in my hips, so it's pretty awesome. First of all, let me say, these Shein leggings have got my glutes looking right. Like, don't get me wrong, I put in the work at the gym, but these leggings are so damn flattering. Scrunch booty, I can't go back. I was editing this, I was like, damn, do I carry that around with me all day? Damn. The answer is yes. Yes, I do, all right? So after I'm nice and warmed up, I get into my first compound heavy lift. I've worked my way up to 205 pounds warm-up, which I'm really happy about. This feels light some days and heavier other days. So depending on how the weight feels, how easily it goes up, this will make me decide whether to add more weight or to keep it at 205. Since this is a compound lift, which means that it uses more muscles together, my glutes, my hamstrings, my core, my quads, etc., it's gonna require a lot more energy. So that's why I like to do these at the beginning when I have all that motivation and pump and energy. Of course, because these are using more muscles, it just tires me out a lot faster and I need a longer rest period. So if you've ever hip thrust, then you know that your butt is just on fire. Like, the best way I can describe it, it just feels like you got shot in the butt. Like, it hurts, but it's such a good pain. Like, I try not to rush my lockout and I really hold that position for a few seconds before lowering the weight.
When the music gon' entrar, dale, vete para allá. Solo déjame bailar, solo déjame pelear. When the music gon' entrar, dale, vete para allá. Solo déjame bailar, solo déjame pelear. Yo era tú, todo me dudaste. Yo tenía todo, me robaste. Yo te lo di, tú arrasaste. Manda para allá, te lo buscaste. Sin mi alegría te lo voy a enojar. Con otra persona yo me voy a bailar. Cuando me tenías no quería tratar. Ahora que yo tengo fama, tú me amas. Bye. Manda, manda para allá. Manda, manda para allá. Manda, manda para allá. Manda, manda para allá. Me preguntan qué me pasa, que cogí este cabrón. Él me consiento para robar mi maldito corazón. Yo no puedo con estos machos que no tienen moral. Ahora yo soy la que lo voy a hacer fucking llorar, yeah. Yo era tú, todo me dudaste. Yo tenía todo, me robaste. Yo te lo di, tú arrasaste. Manda para allá, te lo buscaste. Sin mi alegría te lo voy a enojar. Con otra.
So I wanted to try this trick this week for Bulgarian split squats because I've been struggling a bit with my form, and that's okay to say. Not everyone is going to be perfect, but as long as you acknowledge that there is something that you can improve on and you work on it, this is progress, okay? So as you can see, I'm trying the trick that I've seen a few girls do where you put your foot on the bench, lean back onto it. By the way, this is a really good stretch for the quads. And then I'll position my front leg and then I'll get up, okay? So I try to get the most contact in my glutes. So I'll lean forward and focus on pushing the ground away from me. I'm playing around with holding one dumbbell or two. It depends on how I'm feeling this day, form is, how my back is feeling. Like, this is such a challenging move for me, but I'm working on it.
a hacerlo llorar. Ahora soy yo la que voy a hacerlo llorar. Bye. Manda, manda, para allá. Manda, manda, para allá.
So after the two most demanding exercises, I go into some more glute and hamstring work. Ladies, I've slept on dumbbell RDLs, and a lot of girls have too, because I've noticed a trend that all these girls are suddenly realizing how good RDLs are for the glutes, but the catch is figuring out how to target your glutes with these. So it took me a while to figure it out, because it's not just leaning over, bending over type movement, it's actually a hip hinge movement. So you're pushing your hips back until your glutes are fully extended, and then using that same muscle to lift the weight back up. So every week I try to increase my weight by about 10 pounds. So if my form is off and I start to feel it in my back, I'll just lower the weight and focus on my form. So I would rather do more reps with a lower weight than a few shitty reps with heavier weight, and that's how it should be, ladies. So I actually had enough energy this leg day to do squats. So I like using the Smith machine because it helps me balance. By the way, I have terrible balance. Like, I will wobble around just standing still. It's pretty embarrassing. Like, have you ever just been standing still and then suddenly you just like trip for no reason? Yeah, not cute. So I have 20 pounds on each side. This is just a lightweight, keeping it light to focus more on form and breathing. So I try to brace myself before putting the weight on my back, pushing my back into the bar. I rested on my shoulder blades, a nice comfortable position. I like to sit down deep in my squat. That's when the glute muscles are engaged the most. I'll pause and I'll hold that for a few seconds before coming up. Squats really win me. Like, I have asthma. You got asthma? Okay, I'll stop. By the way, that reminds me, YouTube demonetized one of my workout videos because it said it contained bestiality. Like, you know why? Because the exercise was called donkey kicks. Like, YouTube. I don't know what kind of fetish y'all into, but this is a workout video, okay? Take your weirdness somewhere else and give me my money. Like, we don't play around here. If you don't know, you can request a review by a live person, and that's what the person said. I'm like, what kind of weirdos you got working over there at YouTube? Like, anyways, I'll do these in sets of 8 or 10. So as a glute finisher, which is an exercise meant to just fully tire out the glute muscles at the end of the workout, I've been really liking the back extension machine, but making it glute focused. So I've noticed a lot of shaping in my glutes now that I've started prioritizing these. So my glutes are nice and lifted and plump. So I like this because it targets the lower back as well as the glute and hamstrings. I'm really tall, so I need to be at about a 45-degree angle for me to be able to lift the weight up properly. I tuck my chin in and I pull the weight up with my glutes, pushing my hips into the padding. I tuck my chin in and I pull the weight up with my glutes, pushing my hips into the padding. This exercise humbled me, honestly. This is a really, really good leg day. It's Tuesday. I wanted to hit back and biceps, of course, because look at this cute shein fit. How could I not? All right, tell me this blue isn't just amazing with my skin tone. Like, look at this sports bra. I got it because of the open back and I'm not disappointed. It actually is decently supportive. I was genuinely shocked. I do some dynamic stretching and warm up to loosen up my shoulder muscles, make sure there's no kinks or soreness. So I start off with some bicep hammer curls. These are where you turn the dumbbell on its side. So these are a lot easier for me because I feel like my boobs just get in the way. Like, they're just kind of annoying. So I'll do these in sets of 15 to 20, then grab a resistance band and I'll do 10 slow and controlled bicep curls. This gets my biceps on fire. So I really want a nice sculpted back because it gives me that hourglass figure. They call that the Dorito back. So I really like using the assisted pull-up machine because you can adjust it to your strength level. I like to do these in sets of 10 or as many reps as I can. I really try to push myself with these. So the wide grip targets my lat muscles a lot more efficiently, whereas the close grip will target more of my inner back. So I'll train both, switching between the two grips. Sometimes I take a little break in between my reps because I know I can push myself and do a few more reps. I just need that little extra break. After that, I'll use the lat pull down machine. First of all, I have two things to say. Number one, look at this angle showing off all the gains, the glute gains, the back gains. Yes, we love to see it. Second, my girl Tashana here on YouTube, she gave some form tips in one of her videos, and she was saying you have to engage your back muscles by pulling your shoulders back and down. And I actually tried it this last back day, and girl, I hit a PR. Like, I've been stuck at 75 pounds for a while, but I hit 90 pounds the other day. I was so proud of myself. Thanks Tashana, I know she's watching this. I always sit back and I pull the bar towards my chest until I feel that lat muscle like really working. But the shoulder tips, honestly, that really helped me lift a lot heavier. So I like to do these in sets of 10. If you ever start to feel like you're feeling it too much in your biceps, like try leaving your thumb out on the outside of the bar. Don't use it to grip the handle. The thumb is what actually activates a lot of the bicep muscle. So after that, I like to do some shoulder isolation work, get that sexy sculpted shoulder look. Honestly, shoulders on a woman, whew, so sexy. Like I do some burnout lateral raises with some plates so I can put my fingers through the middle, do a couple sets of these, and then we're good.
Hit you with the know you feeling my vibe. You said no before you, why you want try? Me, I feel lighted up, cause me wild. No, you know for denying. How do you feeling like a dawn, yeah? I hit you with the notice. Every time.
I like to see how many band assisted pull-ups I can do. Depending on the day, I have enough energy to actually pull myself up, but I'm really working on these. So I wrap the two bands around the handles and then pull them down under one knee. This takes a little bit of weight off so I can actually pull myself up. So far I can do a solid, maybe like 4 or 5 reps, depends on the day. But regardless, the muscles are still being worked. If you're trying to hit pull-ups, a few tricks people have taught me and that I've learned from like YouTube videos and stuff is like to do some dead hangs. So that's when you just hold onto the bar and you just hang there. So I always imagine myself hanging off of a cliff, and if I let go, I'm like falling for dear life. But it also helps to stretch out my back. Like sometimes I get a good pop and it's just instant relief. Feels so good. But I always try to do these at the beginning of my workout or at the end as a burnout.
They be saying caliente, caliente, oh my God, muy caliente. That's me, you seen, I'm a tendo. Caliente, caliente, oh my God, muy caliente. That's me, you seen, I'm a tendo.
So I wanted to try this move out. A lot of people swear by it, like saying it's the best move to target your lats. Like, I mean, it's okay. It's alright, you know? You could do this on the angled row machine as well. With this one, you just get down on one knee, you pull the weight towards you in a rowing motion. I can't lie, I can get some great contact in my lats, but I feel like I was just in the way, honestly. I just felt like I was like bothering people. Plus there's a lot of pressure on your knees. I did a couple of reps of these to try it out, but I don't really know how I feel about them. Like, I don't know if this is something I would continue to do. Honestly, if the gym is busy, I ain't doing this. I'm not getting down on one knee like I'm proposing to somebody and, you know, taking up space. So yeah. At the end of my workout, I'll do some foam rolling and stretch out my back and shoulders. This feels so good. Also, it's some great time to do some meditation, like really calms me down.
Things you want to do, got me feeling like it's time to go. Got the squad up past none for you. Esto era demasiado caliente para ti. Cause now you got snow. Now I'm too hot for you. Caliente, oh my God, muy caliente. That's me, you seen, I'm a tendo.
Wednesday, I trained chest, triceps, and shoulders. Check out that cute Shein oversized tee moment, okay? Like I am liking the shirt tucked into the sports bra type look. It gives you that crop look without having to cut your shirt. Is so cute. So I did some dynamic stretching and warm up to loosen up the muscles in case they were tight from the day before, if my muscles were sore, etc. Dumbbell bench press has been my favorite move so far. Like I can't lie to you. I just really like it. Like the dumbbell helps me get a greater range of motion. I do these in sets of 10. So I put a little arch in my back to make sure I'm pressing my shoulder blades into the bench and really squeezing as I push the weight up. I twist my arms a little to take a little bit of pressure off my shoulders so I don't get shoulder pain. If I feel any sort of pain, I'll just stop and adjust my form. I'm actually up to 30 pounds with these, so I'm like really proud of myself. So the gym was pretty busy for some reason, but I did some lateral raises for the shoulders. I really like this move, but my shoulder muscles tire out way too easily. Like I see guys doing these with like 30 pounds and I'm over here with like 5-pound plates, but I make it work. So don't judge me. It's so funny how I can do some exercises with heavy weights, but then you can tell where I'm lacking because things like shoulders, I have to lower the weight and just humble myself, but you know, that's all right. That's all right. So after that, I'll do some military presses. I love this move. It's very challenging because it requires core strength and balance. It's also a shoulder exercise, so I'm using multiple muscles to push the weight up. Next up is some tricep pull downs. Let's just take a second to really admire those shoulder muscles, cause girl, like a guy actually came up to me in the gym and he was giving me some tips and he said to make sure you keep your upper arms really still by your side, like kind of tuck them in, and then try to just focus on pulling the handle down towards your hips with your forearm. So just like imagine bending your elbows. That's it. When you bend your elbows, that is your tricep pulling your elbows back, okay? So I really try to focus with these and really feel it in my triceps. I really like working my triceps. I don't know why. It's just fun. Like the rope is my favorite way of working them because there's constant tension throughout the whole movement.
Duh, hit you with the no, you feelin' my vibe. You said no before you, why you want try? Me, I feel light it up, cause me wild. No, you know for denying. Hard it, feeling like a dawn, yeah. I hit you with the notice. Every time now, they be saying caliente, caliente, oh my God, muy caliente.
Thursday is my second leg day. I'm usually really spent after a long week. I try to play around with my leg days so I can just have less physically demanding exercises, but it doesn't usually always work out that way. So I start off with my hip thrust as usual. I focus on my lockout, superset these with some bodyweight hip thrusts. This burns so freaking much. Like I can barely get to 10. I'm using 205 pounds.
Things you wanna do got me feeling like it's time to go. Got the squad up as none for you. Esto demasiado.
One of my favorite moves for leg day is the dumbbell RDLs. I really like the range of motion I can get with these. Now that I've finally figured out how to target my glutes, I love these. So I find this exercise is pretty awkward to do in the gym because you're literally sticking your butt out. But as you can see, I try to go into my own little corner and I face my butt away from people. But if you're a little shy, try doing these against the wall. It would actually really help you out with your form.
Caliente para ti, 'cause now you got snow.
So I moved on to the angled leg press machine, and guys, guess what? I hit a PR here. So I put two 45-pound plates and a 25-pound plate. Remember how I told you guys I wanted to hit 3 plates? Like, I'm almost there. I'm so excited. Like, I'm taking my time with these because the heavier I go, the more I feel using my quads, and I really want these to target my glutes. So I'm just sort of increasing my weight with the growth of my glutes. I think I'm gonna throw on 3 plates next time, just see if I can do it. Like, I know it's more of a mental thing than a physical thing, so I know I can do it. I just want to see if I can do it. But this weight actually felt pretty good. Not too much of a difference, which means I could definitely go heavier next time.
Too hot, hot, caliente, caliente, oh my God, muy caliente. Así sin amatendo, caliente, caliente, oh my God, muy caliente.
So I went into my favorite Smith machine squats. I like to sit in the bottom of the squat for a bit. So I increased my weight and it felt good. I'm really trying to focus on my squat depth. Like, the deeper the squat, the more glute focused it is. Because I already did all my heavy compounds that are glute focused, when I get to my squats, my glutes are ready and they're already fired up. Like, I feel that contact, that mind to muscle connection is just beautiful.
Sin amatendo,
So my glute finisher was the glute extensions. I do 4 sets of 10. These really have my glutes on fire. Like, I had to do a little stretch at the end to get my hamstrings just to stop burning, because it literally feels like someone put a match to it, okay? I'm actually now on the 35-pound plate, so yes. Friday is usually my rest day, but I wanted to go to the gym. I just had a lot on my mind this week and I just needed a distraction, you know? So I did abs and cardio. I like using the decline bench to do crunches. I had a plate with me this time, 25 pounds. I also have been liking the standing ab machine. It's really challenging because my arms give out before my actual abs. So I do 30 minutes on the treadmill, listening to my music, you know, imagining I'm in a music video. So I went to the Popeye supplement store after, and this guy was like, I love your shirt, because it said Jack Factory, and I was all proud and I was like, I'm sponsored by them. He's like, no way. That's such a flex. Like, honestly, that made me smile so much. It made my day, you know? So that's it for this week. If you got it this far in the video, comment some apple emojis. I'm trying out the OxyShred apple teeny flavor for the month of August, so I'll be doing a review on that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Honestly, it's like a... Just me, you seen, I'm a tendo.